Hey guys, so today we're going to bake a cake together and I promise it's super beginner friendly. Alright, let's dive in. First things first, I grabbed a bowl and tossed in half a stick of unsalted butter. Then I added 1.5 cups of sugar. Now I tried mixing it with a hand whisk, but let me tell you, that was a total fail. So I decided to switch it up and use the spoon instead. It took me like 30 minutes to really get the butter nice and soft and mixed in with the sugar. Once it was all smooth, I cracked in 2 eggs and mixed that up until it was light and fluffy. For some flavor, I added a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Pro tip, if you have an electric mixer, definitely use that. It makes everything way easier. Next up, I moved on to my dry ingredients. In another bowl, I added 2 cups of all-purpose flour and sifted it to get rid of any lumps. Then I added in 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. After that, I slowly added my dry mix to the wet mix. Do not forget to add milk. I used 2 cups and added it gradually until I got the perfect batter consistency. Your batter should not be too thick and shouldn't be too runny either. I mixed that up thoroughly. Once that was all mixed up and I've achieved the consistency I'm looking for, I oiled up my baking sheet and poured in about half of the batter. So you can decide to use a non-stick baking sheet, or you could also use butter to oil up your pan as well. And I wanted to make some cupcakes also, so I put some of the batter in a cupcake wrapper and added in a splash of red coloring and topped it up with some sprinkles. You can use any toppings of your choice. And I preheated my oven to about 200 degrees for 15 minutes, and I popped both the cake and cupcakes in there to bake. The cupcakes were ready in about 40 minutes and the cake took around an hour. To check if the cake was ready, I stuck a toothpick into the center and it came out clean. Boom. Honestly, for a beginner, I think I nailed it. I loved how everything turned out. Alright, sweeties, catch you up in my next video.